Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sims Info and Thoughts video. So I'm going to do a brief recap of what was discussed in the Maxis Monthly livestream yesterday, as well as a bit of SimGuru Q&A, except this time it's with SimGuru Duke instead of SimGuru Grant, because Grant has now moved on to some sort of mysterious role within Maxis. So no new content was revealed on the Maxis Monthly. It was just a casual chat between SimGuru Lindsay and SimGuru Duke, because he was just taking over Grant's role recently as a senior producer for The Sims 4. So we got to know a little bit more about him. So it might not be too interesting to you, except for maybe a couple of points, unless you do want to know more about where SimGuru Duke came from. And he's actually been working on The Sims for quite a long time. I was surprised. He actually joined in June 2006, so that was a little bit after The Sims 2 came out. But one of the things that really stood out to me was when Duke was talking about his experience between working on console and mobile and now PC again. He tells us that The Sims 4 is actually the best-selling, most successful Sims game so far.
I think the other thing about being back on the PC is, Sims 4 it's the best-selling, most successful Sims we've had yet. And right now, I think we're at this place where all we see is potential to keep going.
Yeah, and as we said before, right, what else could we do in different ways, different things we could try, different ways to interact with our fans, an audience, which is super cool.
And to back that up, EA also released their earnings report for quarter 4 of their fiscal year for 2019. And as you can see in the bottom there, it says, in fiscal year 19, active players in The Sims 4 increased by 35% year over year. I always find it interesting to hear how well The Sims 4 is doing, not just for the fact that it is really successful, but also that it's successful despite all the hate that this game constantly gets. So yeah, I'm glad The Sims 4 is still going very strong. I really like the game a lot more now. Definitely had a rough start, but especially over the past year, I've come to love the game a lot more. What I also found interesting during the Maxis Monthly is that SimGuru Lindsay did mention the plain black door that she tweeted pretty recently, and that there is going to be upcoming things soon, with the little reference to the soon TM joke that's been going around in the Sims community for a while now. And they also teased EA Play and some possible news coming out of it.
I wanted to let you know that Mike and I are actually going to be down there. So we're going to get a chance to see some of you in person, hang out, chat.
Yeah, we'll be at the FanFest for a little bit.
Maybe share a thing or two.
Certainly in the Creator Cave, checking out what they're up to, and hopefully have some news. We'll
see. We always try to surprise you and keep you on your toes, so we'll see what we can do.
I already made a speculation video recently about, maybe there'll be a new expansion pack announced this month, but yeah, I still think that's still gonna happen, and I feel like this does just back up my speculation even more that there is going to be a new expansion pack at EA Play that everyone who's being invited to it as Simmers, including myself, will end up getting early footage of. Hopefully, that would be really cool. So, yeah, I mean, it's just another thing to add onto the pile. I think it's all but confirmed at this point. So let's move things over to Twitter, where SimGuru Duke answers even more questions. So, Talking to Demon asks, when will StrangerVille be available on console? It's already on there, just not available to buy yet. And SimGuru Duke replies saying, so we all know it is coming. Not too much longer to wait. Yeah, it is kind of funny how we never really learn about console packs from EA themselves, well, at least through an official announcement. It's always through either a leak from Amazon or a leak through the main menu screen where you can see all the icons, because that's what's happened with StrangerVille. It's there on consoles on the main menu, but you just can't buy it yet since it's not available. And yeah, so I was already thinking there was a very good chance that StrangerVille was going to come to consoles in May, And now I think that is like 95% a certainty. But I also find it really interesting that My First Pet stuff did not leak at the same time, because I figured since they really seem to be reluctant to bring it to consoles, they might just try to sneak it in alongside the release of another pack. So it's like, here's StrangerVille and also My First Pet stuff. I mean, after StrangerVille is out on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, then the only pack that's currently released that those two consoles won't have is My First Pet stuff. So it's just like, they gotta address it eventually, right? So I think that's still gonna come out sometime this year. I don't know when, but yeah, it's just kind of funny to me. It's just like, even though My First Pet stuff seems to have sold pretty well, it's just that with all of the critical backlash against it, they're just like, yeah, kind of trying to sweep it under the rug a little bit. And there's a couple more questions I'm going to go over. They're pretty similar, but I thought they'd still be worth covering in case you don't know, like, their general approach to how they develop packs. So Staka Bondium asks, will all of the Sims 3 and the Sims 2 packs have a Sims 4 version? And Simguru Duke replies with, nothing has been ruled out. It likely depends how long we go with making Sims 4 content. Hopefully we can keep building for years and cover all the themes we have ever done and more. So that's good, that's pretty optimistic. And I know Simguru Grant has said multiple times that, well, this was actually about a year ago now that he said there's 3 years of content left. And it seems like there still might be about that much, even though it is a year later. But yeah, it looks like it is possible that The Sims 4 could last even longer than that. So good to hear. And then for this last question, Millie asks, do you guys ever consider looking at past content packs? The Sims 3 Generations was amazing. Could you look at including some key features from fan favorite packs, perhaps do a vote, and just change some things that are no longer available in TS4? And Simguru Duke says, we often look for ways to blend things we love from the past with new ideas. We also want to balance the fan service of returning to favorites with the excitement of something new for all. You should expect more of both. And I'm really glad to hear this, because I'm glad that we got a lot of the fan favorite things back, like the pets and the seasons, and like a city environment and those sorts of things, but I feel like The Sims 4 is a bit lacking in terms of new, innovative things that we haven't really seen in the past 3 Sims games. So I do hope to see more of that in the future so that The Sims 4 really can stand out more on its own rather than trying to recreate the past success. And to add on to that, Cat Lover Player replies saying, something new I'd like to see is a pack dedicated to theme parks. And Simguru Duke replies saying, I love that theme, but what would be in the pack? How does it work? What are the new objects? It feels very wide to me at first thought. And Evan Lee replies with Ferris wheels, roller coasters, carnival food stands, ticket system for rides, a new lot type. And I definitely agree, that's probably about the same reply I would have given. I would love to see a theme park pack in the future, either as a game pack or an expansion pack. It's not at the top of my list now, but especially after things like University are out of the way, then yeah, it will rise pretty fast. And it could be something somewhat new. Like, we've had this sort of theme before, but not as like the main headlining feature. Like with The Sims Vacation, we had those carnival games, and with Roaring Heights, we had that kind of like amusement park venue that had the roller coasters, but yeah, just not something fully focusing on them. So it could be kind of interesting to see that, especially in light of certain games like Planet Coaster, and see like how it could compare to that. And I think a pack like this could have a lot of potential. I really feel like with The Sims 4, Sims could just use more stuff to do outside of work, and I think overall, this could be just a really fun pack. And I think it would appeal a lot to people who both play with families as well as players who just prefer playing as 1 or 2 Sims. And that wraps up another Sims info and thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on all the stuff that I discussed. And be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!